appreciated. That way we can ensure the most people can sit down. Thank you. We will begin in 60 seconds. 59, 58, 57. Thank you to those of you that laughed at my joke. The lobby is empty, but staff are.
See a couple more people wandering in. You can sit in the front.
Smart kids in the front?
Yes.
Good.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mayor Bridget Peterson, and welcome to Gilbert's 2023 State of the Town. First, I would like to recognize the Gilbert Town Council, and audience, if you would please hold your applause until the end, and council members, if you would please stand when introduced. Starting with Vice Mayor Tilke, Councilmember Buckley, and Councilmember Young-Kaprowski. Thank you for your service to Gilbert. This isn't in my script, but there are 4 women and 3 men on the council, and the 4 women are here this evening. Women supporting women. Thank you, ladies. Next, I'd like to recognize the elected officials in the crowd. Please stand and be recognized when your name is called, and please hold your applause until the end. I have Maricopa County Board Supervisor. Let's see if you can all pay attention and do the right thing. Maricopa County Board Supervisor Jack Sellers, Queen Creek Council Member Jeff Brown, Queen Creek Mayor Julia Wheatley, Member of Central Arizona Water Conservation District of Maricopa County Barbara Ciego, Mayor of Mesa John Giles, Maricopa County Assessor and former Gilbert Council Member Eddie Cook. Oh, he moved. He was over here. There he is. I'm over here with you, Eddie. Chandler Council Member Matt Orlando, Apache Junction Mayor Chip Wilson, Queen Creek Council Member Brian McClure, and Queen Creek Council Member Travis Padilla. Did I miss anybody? Thank you all for joining us this evening. I would also like to ask all Gilbert Board and Commission members and town volunteers to please stand. And then Town Manager Patrick Banger and the team that gets the work done day in and day out, would all Gilbert Town staff please stand and be acknowledged. And also not in my script, and she's going to kill me, but my aide, Kirsten Morgan, for all of the work that she did to make this event happen. She won't really kill me, but it's hard to sneak things past her. And last but certainly not least, thank you to each audience member for being here tonight. You are all connected to Gilbert in different ways and are valued stakeholders within our community. Speaking of stakeholders, if you're posting on social media during or after this State of the Town, please consider using the hashtags Connecting Gilbert, Gilbert AZ Mayor, and Gilbert AZ SOTT. Thank you. As many of you know, Gilbert is currently a thriving community of around 280,000 residents, which is mind-boggling to me. Because when I moved here in 1995, the population was around 55,000. By 2000, Gilbert's population had reached over 117,000, and even more incredible, the population count just over a decade ago, in 2010, sat at 209,000. Gilbert's growth is notable, with a tenfold increase in the last several decades, but what is more notable is the community's dedication to the preservation of connection and engagement, the roots of Gilbert, small town heart. Over the last 30 years, development areas such as Heritage District, Morrison Ranch, Gateway and Santan character areas, and Agritopia have been measured against the Gilbert we hold near and dear while we envision the Gilbert of tomorrow. The development concerns of 20 years ago remain the same today. We must balance our residents, community stakeholders, and businesses large and small while molding the Gilbert of the future. Especially since build-out is anticipated to be completed in what will feel like the blink of an eye, but probably within the next decade. Gilbert amenities and developments that were once only ideas on paper are now award-winning and nationally recognized. These amenities are what attracted and continue to attract young families and our highly educated workforce, with the highest median household income in Arizona and the 7th highest in the United States. My hope is that tonight you will learn and understand the connections that are the heart of Gilbert. Tonight you will hear from me some more, but more importantly, you will hear straight from town staff how Gilbert is moving forward deliberately and thoughtfully, as well as hear from community stakeholders how they are moving forward and why they continue to choose Gilbert. A picture is worth 1,000 words, and my goal with the State of the Town is you feel more connected to Gilbert than ever. When developing a successful community, there are many facets needed: infrastructure, high-caliber educational choices, access to quality healthcare, and smart development. Tonight, these pieces will be connected for you. I am proud to serve the whole of Gilbert, and I could go on and on about many of Gilbert's development decisions from across the past 30 years and how they connect to the Gilbert of today and serve the Gilbert of tomorrow. But I have no plans to stand up here and speak the entire time. Rather, I want to show you. But first, I need to explain how, in my mind, I see different areas of Gilbert as individual pieces with distinguishing features, amenities, and businesses. And one of those areas is Gilbert's Heritage District. Over a decade ago, the development, what is now known as the Heritage District, brought forth discussions on how to bring higher education to the area and fit into the future of Gilbert. The then-seated town council envisioned a downtown that included a town-owned educational building. This vision culminated in the university building, which now serves as home to Park University and the University of Arizona's College of Nursing and their accelerated nursing programs. Park University currently provides liberal arts degrees here and abroad. But did you know that in 2018, the town of Gilbert partnered with Park University to offer a cohort program available to town employees wishing to expand their professional training? The one-year Gilbert Masterclass is a program with all completed courses satisfying the first year of a master's in public administration. To date, 59 town employees have participated, with over 15 employees continuing on to complete their masters. The connection between professional growth, their education, and promotions has been astounding for Gilbert employees who have participated in the program. Just a few months ago, UA Gilbert held their expansion ribbon cutting at the university building, with 2 floors dedicated to supporting over 400 students as they complete their Bachelor of Science in Nursing with an emphasis in integrative health, the BSN-IH program, or their Master of Science in Nursing entry to the profession of nursing, the MEPN program, which is designed for students holding university degrees in other fields who want to become registered nurses. The BSN-IH is the nation's first Bachelor of Science in Nursing with an emphasis in integrative health program and is a transfer-only program that succeeds due to collaborative partnerships with high schools and community colleges for a seamless transfer process. On a personal note, just 1 year and 3 days ago, I was a patient in the Mercy Gilbert Medical Center emergency room, gearing up for an emergency gallbladder surgery. I had a student nurse come in to care for me, and I noticed she was a UA student. I asked if she was part of the MEPN program, and she was surprised that I knew about the program. She asked if her professor could come observe her as she evaluated me, and I said, of course, I have to do my part. I told this story at the UA ribbon cutting. Well, as I say, as big as Gilbert gets, as small as it stays, the professor was at the ribbon cutting. And there she is, UA Assistant Clinical Professor Deb. And now please watch and learn more about the UA College of Nursing.
Hello, my name is Craig Wilson, Vice Provost for Online, Distance, and Continuing Education at the University of Arizona. I've been in this position for 3 years. It's really all about providing greater access to students who, for whatever reason, can't make it to the main campus in Tucson, because we recognize how important it is to put out highly qualified nurses into society. So what you're looking at now is a simulation lab that our students use, and these mannequins that are behind me are highly technical. It's pretty darn close to a live setting. The mannequins themselves are actually under control in a separate room called the control center. And in that control center, the person who's in there has the ability to throw curveballs to our students, the more we can prepare our nurses for reality, the more effective they'll be at helping our patients and our fellow citizens. The common thread is the fact that our students typically will not make it to the Tucson campus because their lives are so busy. This allows us, the University of Arizona in particular, to meet those students where they are, allowing them to be socially mobile. We try to make it as efficient and as smooth a pathway as possible. What we do is we provide basically mapping and other resources to the students as young as possible so that they can see what the path looks like in black and white and make their way from the high school to the community college, ultimately to the University of Arizona. The mayor and her office and the council, they've all been really, really helpful in getting us to map out what the future might look like. They have been very supportive. I mean, even identifying the building in the first place has been really, really helpful. I think the last few years with the pandemic has really shown us just how important our nurses are. Now that the parades and what have you might have subsided, we're still here. And we recognize that we still have a duty to make sure that we're producing high quality nurses for our citizens and their families. We recognize that there will be a need for healthcare for the foreseeable future. And our ability to play a role in that, in even some small part, is something that we're very thankful for.
The future of the University of Arizona Gilbert's College of Nursing looks bright as they just received a $9.2 million grant to create over 150 scholarships and increase enrollment to help mitigate the nursing workforce shortage. With the grant funding, this also means the Gilbert campus master's level nursing program will start to admit students every semester instead of one time per year. The nursing shortage is not unique to Arizona, but these types of collaborations are critical to facing the complications that can and will arise without successful solutions. Access to affordable and quality health care is critical to the success of any thriving community. Gratefully, within the town of Gilbert, we have access to quality health care choices that will be expanding very soon. More to come on that shortly. Now let's move to the northeast area of Gilbert. Gilbert remains committed to providing and maintaining the necessary infrastructure required in the community. This commitment is reflected in the robust capital improvement discussions and decisions town staff and town council participate in annually. We all recognize the importance and necessity of well-equipped and well-trained public safety, safe roads and streets, and access to quality and reliable utilities. I believe one of the biggest obstacles facing Gilbert in the next 10 years is the building and maintenance of core town infrastructure. With our rapid growth came huge amounts of infrastructure installed simultaneously. And even with regular maintenance, their end of life will soon be reality. I know talking about water treatment plants and streets may not be exciting or glamorous for most, but infrastructure is imperative to maintaining our connection with current residents and businesses and to attracting quality businesses. Water is on the forefront of every Arizonan's mind. And the North Water Treatment Plant is a 5-year, 5-phase project and a testament to this town's dedication to the delivery and maintenance of quality and sustainable water to Gilbert residents. This project is currently the largest public capital improvement project in Arizona, and more importantly, the phased approach ensured the plant remained online and serving residents during the expansion process. Let's learn a little bit more about the project from Gilbert's own 2022 Government Engineer of the Year Award winner, Jean Jensen.
My name is Jean Jensen. I am the Capital Improvements Project Supervisor for the town of Gilbert. I oversee engineering and construction management for water, wastewater, stormwater, and reclaimed water utilities. Let's roll. I just celebrated my 7th anniversary this past month. Honestly, I know 7 years feels like a long time, but it's flown by. You don't think about the air that you breathe, and you don't think about when you go to fill up your water bottle at the tap, am I gonna have water today? You just know it's gonna be there. And our goal is to make sure that you know it's always gonna be there and it's always gonna be clean, safe, and reliable. The water and wastewater utility space is often referred to as a silent service, and often it is construed that if we're doing a good job, you don't know we're here. The overall goal of the North Water Treatment Plant Reconstruction Project is to take one of our most important pieces of infrastructure, which is our safe and reliable drinking water, and underpin its future success. So the existing facility that's here has operated wonderfully for the last 30 plus years, but the challenges out here are real. This is sort of indicative of where we are construction-wise in terms of the overall quality. We're having to rebuild in part because the existing facility was never really built to last. The water it's being asked to treat is becoming more and more challenging. This facility is the most important, it's the key that unlocks the flexibility of our whole system so that the shortage at the river does not ultimately turn into a shortage at the tap. So here it is. Here's the the future home of North Water Treatment Plant. One of the interesting things about being in leadership in the infrastructure space is this profound and deep sense of mattering. We get to plant these incredible little seeds in our community, and some of them are flowers. They grow for a moment, but some of them are these beautiful, stalwart things. And by the time they're fully grown and that the fruit on those branches is grown heavy, we may not get to taste it. And we may not get to sit under the branches of those trees. But we'll know that we left something behind that's better because you made everything stable and reliable in that way.
Now we'll move to the southern area of Gilbert. We value Mercy Gilbert's commitment to human kindness and compassion for all visitors and patients over the last 17 years since they opened their doors, and are excited about the new Women and Children's Pavilion opening in late 2023, which will double the size of the campus. The pavilion is an amazing collaboration between Dignity Health and Phoenix Children's that will serve not only Gilbert, but also many East Valley residents. Upon completion of the new pavilion, Dignity Health will occupy floors 1 through 4 on the side of the tower closest to the main campus, and Phoenix Children's will occupy floors 1 through 5 on the pavilion side closest to the 202, as well as the 5th floor above Dignity Health. The collaboration will result in Dignity Health's existing Women's and Infants service line moving from the main campus into the new building, which will more than double the dedicated obstetrics services space. Dignity Health will care for the mothers during pregnancy and postpartum and healthy and well newborns 35 weeks and greater. Phoenix Children's will operate a children's hospital, including surgery, an emergency department, pediatrics, and NICU, and care for babies born less than 35 weeks old and or those needing NICU services. This building ups the ante for the labor delivery experience for new moms and babies. I was lucky enough to tour this beautiful facility a few months ago and appreciate being able to share it with you this evening.
Hello, I'm Mark Slider, CEO of Dignity Health, Arizona East Valley. We consider ourselves the focal point for healthcare in the town of Gilbert, and we're very proud of that. Hello, human kindness is not just a tagline for us, it's how we operate and how we connect with the community. There is many challenges with a high growth area like the town of Gilbert. This community is growing with a lot of families, a lot of babies, and a lot of senior adults. We are working side by side with the town on the infrastructure, on the needs of the community, on the growth. Our healthcare has to keep up with that. for that reason, we need complex care.
My name is Russ Korkuska. I am the Senior Vice President of Planning, Design, and Construction and Special Projects at Phoenix Children's. Phoenix Children's provides hope and high-quality health care for the children and the families in the greater Phoenix community and abroad. Why did we pick the town of Gilbert? Because this is where families are. As we serve those families, it is so much better for the children to be as close to home as possible.
We're doubling the growth of this campus. We're moving from 350,000 square feet to over 500, 600,000 square feet on this campus. We're moving from about 190 beds to 290 beds. Our children's partners are coming in and adding 100 beds and all the specialties around pediatrics to be offered right here on campus.
This 400,000 square foot new Women's and Children's Pavilion includes both a mother portion for birthing that Dignity Health is managing, and Phoenix Children's is bringing a full pediatric care hospital to the community.
And I will tell you what really is special about the town of Gilbert and this community is that the local elected officials are very engaged in helping each other out meet the needs of, for us, the healthcare industry.
The town of Gilbert has been a great partner with planning, permitting, inspection services, and helping us bring this project to fruition.
We are planting many seeds for the future of the town of Gilbert and the surrounding communities. This is a personal investment for many, myself and the staff. We want to cultivate a workforce that's committed to that caregiving and that spirit of healing.
It is really, just like anything else, about the people.
We have that connectiveness with our community, and really we're working hard with this community to make it the very best.
Day one, babies will be born and be cared for in this facility, and one day have babies of their own that will be taken care of in this community in the town of Gilbert.
Part of the continued success by Mercy Gilbert Medical Center and the soon-to-open Phoenix Children's Gilbert campus is access to the community. The recent expansion and opening of the infrastructure project Lindsay 202 interchange was essential to their operations. In fact, Mark Slider, who you just heard from, recently shared with me his excitement and appreciation for Gilbert's efforts in seeing this project planned and completed before Phoenix Children's Hospital officially opens their doors this year. This brings us full circle to the end right here at Town Hall. The vision for Gilbert and connection to the community isn't complete without the efforts of a town manager who understands the pieces, acknowledges how they best fit together, and respects the process from start to finish. I now invite you to learn from Gilbert's town manager, Patrick Banger.
My name is Patrick Banger. I'm the town manager for Gilbert, Arizona. This August will be 12 years in the position. I started my career right out of college in city government and hadn't anticipated making a career out of it, but really was drawn to it. It's more than just a job. It's more than just challenging work. The things we do make our communities a better place to live, a better place to work. Managing growth is one of the biggest areas of focus we have right now. We have a beautiful community with strong schools and safe streets and vibrant infrastructure. We very much want to see that continue on into the future as we continue to grow as one of the fastest growing cities in this country. We're currently managing our way through a drought and making sure this community can be resilient throughout that period of time. Another area that has had an even longer focus is the redevelopment of our Heritage District. Planning for that redevelopment started 3 decades ago, and one of the things the mayor and council had the vision to bring a university presence into our community, into our heritage district, to great benefit to all of our major healthcare providers. The Lindsay Road interchange, and looking at the traffic needs in that general area, it became apparent that we really needed the Lindsay interchange to be put in place. That was about a 10-year project, and it's made a big impact for traffic congestion in that part of our town. You know, there are seeds that were planted decades before I got to Gilbert, and we are just now having the opportunity to realize that vision that they had so many years ago. And there are many things we do from an infrastructure planning standpoint that we're going to start the process for these projects and these initiatives, but it's going to be successive generations of leaders that are going to see them through to completion, as well as maintain a very high level of quality on those projects and those initiatives into the future.
The last decade has provided us prime examples of unpredictable and unprecedented events that policy and decision makers could not have fathomed nor incorporated into their decision making. I anticipate the next several years to include robust and passionate discussions about the future of Gilbert. Even though the future can be hard to predict, focusing on the information at hand and making data-driven decisions are imperative in the process and for our community. I'm grateful for this community's dedication to the public process. I know that many developments, town facilities, and events ended up much better than originally designed due to the community's input. I am thankful for the commitment by town staff as they provide council with the facts we need to make informed decisions. Now let me connect all the pieces for you. The undertaking of infrastructure projects such as the Lindsay 202 interchange and the North Water Treatment Plant capital improvement project will improve the quality of life for residents and businesses and support our community stakeholders in their efforts for decades. With vision from over 10 years ago, Town of Gilbert employees are able to expand their education and advance in their positions within the town. Also within that same building, Gilbert supports the efforts that play a small part in ensuring there are nurses in our hospitals now and in the future. A relationship with Dignity Health and Mercy Gilbert Medical Center is bringing Phoenix Children's Hospital to Gilbert because this is where families are. One of the most effective ways leaders build communities is by forming relationships and strengthening connections. Strong leaders don't only focus on today or tomorrow, they focus on projects that they feel will serve the community well for decades to come. And as we've seen this evening, each and every decision has a ripple effect. In closing, as each of you leaves council chambers tonight, I invite you to view and even take a picture with our lobby art, The Colorful Collective by Rosemary Pierce, which celebrates the Gilbert of the past, present, and future, and is an abstract representation in the shape of Gilbert that highlights the fact that everyone has a spot in Gilbert. I found my spot in Gilbert, and I hope you've found yours too. Thank you.